understand those little...
But you came from very humble beginnings. I mean, you're a megastar now, but it wasn't always that way.
I like to think, my darling Jackie, that I'll always be quite humble. I don't take any of my success for granted.
No.
And if any of you ever become successful, you mustn't, please, take my advice.
That's really good advice, actually, but it's not about to happen.
Well, listen, obviously, for us, it's such a thrill to have you on our show. But you have interviewed many, many celebrities in your day. Is there anybody left that you haven't yet
Oh,
talked
there are a
to?
lot of people I would like to interrogate. There are. And I haven't done that kind of show for a long time. I've been working a lot in America. But I'd love to have a bit of a chat with Madonna.
Oh, yes.
And some of those people. I don't know how interesting she really is. Would you have any idea?
I think you could make her interesting.
I hope
I've
so.
seen her interviewed before, but it's, you know...
But you see, the marvellous thing about my interview programmes is that people tuned in to watch me.
Well...
And I was invariably a lot more interesting than the people I talked to. And I didn't let them get much of a word in edgeways. I'm wondering, though, why I am on this programme of yours. I did get a call, though, from your producer who wanted me to... How can I express this? Raise the standard. Just to let you know. There's been a lot of dumbing down, hasn't there? So I'm doing a bit of daming up.
Yes!
They're very grateful. So, Medna, what did they actually tell you about us?
Well, not much. They just... I mean, I knew. I'd watched the show and... bits of the show I'd watched. And we were talking about my humble origins. I still do my own housework.
Do you?
Still hoover around dust, do all that type of thing.
Do you live in the museum?
No, that's now, of course, my home in Melbourne is now a museum. I can't live there, of course, but there are National Trust ladies sitting there making sure those little Japs don't touch things or steal things.
Where do you live?
I live, as a matter of fact, with a friend of mine in Buckingham Palace. It's so central there, so central.
It's handy.
And she won't let me stay anywhere else, Carol. She insists that I stay there. I've got my own facilities. I can come and go more or less as I please. And that's what I like. That's when I'm in London, but I'm moving around. I'm restless since I've been a widow, you know, since...
hard, is it? Bit lonely.
There have been moments when I've been a little bit lonely.
Has there ever been anybody else since your dear departed husband? Has there been suitors
Well,
aplenty, I'm sure?
I'm seeing someone.
Are you?
Are you? Wow.
John Prescott. The only trouble is he's not seeing me. Isn't it sad?
Because you've interviewed a lot of very
He lets
sexy...
me drive his Jaguars.
Both of them.
I mean, out of all the men you've interviewed, you must have sometimes thought perhaps there was a...
Oh, yes,
frisson.
I liked little Rudy Nureyev, too. You would have liked him,
yeah.
being attracted to people like that. But
What do you think of our Carol? What advice might you have for her who is... She would like to meet a man, but she's drinking pints and she's sending out all the wrong vibes, Dame Edna. What can we do to help her
Can you
along?
help?
You're lovely. Viewers, she's much nicer in the flesh than she appears on television. Much nicer. Men don't like that particular green.
Oh, is that what it is? Well, I need to borrow your top.
It reminds them of yucky things.
Does it?
It does, a
But
little
it's quite
bit.
feminine, though, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's feminine. You've got a lovely shape.
You can see.
And
Look.
below the desk level, she's lovely, too. Why are you all sitting behind... And what is this? I mean, what's on that shelf? They look like specimen bottles.
Stay right there, stay right there,
Look
because
at her, they've won the booby prize in a design competition.
we will have more from Dame Edna after the break, but first here's a message from a lady already on her loose holes.
Big thank you to all of you who've been watching all year. I'm off for a little bit of a lie down, so I'm all fresh and lively next time I see you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
And welcome back to the final part of our end of series finale, where we're still here with the living legend that is Dame Edna Everage. Now, as I'm sure you're only too aware, Dame Edna, we have various topics on the show that we talk about every day. Today, one of the topics was, what do men really want in a woman?
Dear.
And we turn to you.
There's something that's been forgotten. Poise.
Ooh.
Now, the little studio audience fell hushed when I said that. Because there are young people who don't even know the word poise. First syllable of poison, it is, rather. But poise is something special that we women, I hope, can contribute to the world. And you are poised.
Oh, thank you.
To some extent. You could be poised.
I'd like to be poised.
It's something to do with posture. It's something to do with personality. It's the way we present ourselves, ladies. We don't have to beg for the male's affection. We can just do our own thing and be poised and gorgeous. And that's what I try to be. Every morning when I get up, I look in the mirror and I do the little G-spot test. I say, you're gorgeous, you are gorgeous. And I step into the world feeling gorgeous, Carol. I
I'm
do
gonna do
Jane,
that.
I do Linda, and lovely Jackie. I've learnt their names.
How do you maintain that beauty? Do you have an exercise regime? Do you have
I
plastic
do as
surgery?
little exercise as possible.
Right.
I've had no surgery at all, except when my children were born. I had a little bit of surgery then, not much in particular. My navel was adjusted, that's all. It was retied, funnily enough.
Was it?
Yes. And, but I don't believe in it. And don't you think those women who've had all that work done on them look wrong? There's something wrong looking. I'm not going to bring Joan Rivers into this right now, but she was on this show.
She was,
yeah.
She made a brief appearance. And I think it's sad. She's an old friend of mine, and I said, these women are underneath very refined. I said, please, Joan, don't use that kind of, It must have been an awkward moment for you.
Yes, several.
It was.
So, would you not consider it? Would you not consider it, you know, a bit of a lift here and there?
You're changing the subject, aren't you? No.
But actually,
You
it's not
see,
something
I
you've
would
ever done.
never introduce an element like that into something where families and lovely people are concerned, and nice people, and clergymen, and senior citizens. But I would not consider surgery, except surgery to make me look a little